Hi, and welcome to Cover Brand, where we cover all things branding, marketing, and advertising to help you understand what the hell branding is and how it works to grow your business. Welcome and welcome back to Cover Brand. I'm Ethan Decker, and I do not like the layout of this image, so I'm going to change it like this all of a sudden. That's better. For those of you not looking, I just made it so that both my guests today have equal footing on the screen here because I have a special episode today. I've got two folks calling in who were here on the show previously, and they're back. It's Michele and Arissa from Bishop Fox. Hi, you two.
Hello.
Hey, Ben.
Well, we've got a lot to catch up on since the last time we talked, which was not too very long ago. But no, really what we've got is some new questions that you have about marketing and especially B2B marketing, business to business marketing. But before we get into the marketing stuff, I know we have to talk about cover songs. Because Michele, you're champing at the bit to share another one. One was not enough last time we spoke.
One was not enough. And so today I'd like to bring respect. And it makes sense when we're thinking about, first of all three of us know each other. There's mutual respect there. When we think about engaging with clients and partners and
Wait,
prospects.
how do you spell that?
R-E.
Come on.
You know how I've been doing with me?
R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Well, we probably understand.
Exactly.
That's the song Respect, the classic by who?
Otis.
Oh, you're thinking of the original Otis Redding.
The original, yes.
Yes.
And that's what makes this kind of a cool thing, right? Because in a very short period of time, it became a signature song for another artist.
Right.
So yeah, like I'm just super excited about it. It's not one that everybody knows, but it's just a hidden fun fact that, I thought it was Aretha's for the longest time.
Most people think it's Aretha's song and don't realize that's a cover song. I mean, Aretha did a lot of standards as well, but she's famous for what most of us thought were originals, right? And Respect is the first and foremost among them all. But yeah, Otis Redding wrote that, at least 2 years prior?
I think so.
Yeah, yeah. And if you don't know Otis Redding, please, good Lord, go out and listen to some Otis Redding. He is one of the godfathers of soul. Not the godfather of soul, but oh man, great soul, great R&B, and what a voice. Yeah, that's a great version. It's almost like a reverse cover song for today.
I know. Yeah, it makes sense, right? Like we got three of us on the screen. I mean, we should be doing something reverse. So respect me.
Yeah. We're gonna switch it all up today.
Right.
Great. Well, also speaking of switching it up, it's fun to have both of you on the show to talk about something going on at Bishop Fox that's itching your brain right now. What is the question you have?
Yeah, I had the question. With brands, a lot of the times now we're seeing behind the scenes, and I was just curious, in your opinion, do you think it's required or is it not so much?
Tell me a little bit more, Arissa. When you say behind the scenes, what do you mean?
Yeah, like I feel like what I'm starting to see out there is that professional is equal to boring, and it's better to show, a little bit of like, what goes on behind the scenes, what happens, what really makes the company run and things like that. And so I'm just curious, like, do you find that to be accurate, or do you think that brands could still just be professional and that's good enough?
I'm going to do a callback to, I think, one of the songs that you referenced, Arissa, which was Taylor Swift's Bad Blood and, no, was it Bad Blood?
Blank space
Blind Space
and style.
and Style. Taylor Swift, okay, I must say, I'm a Taylor Swift fan, but I love her Folklore album.
Mhm.
And I don't know if you saw the video of Folklore, but there's a whole movie about it. Did you see it?
I feel like it's been a while, but I probably have seen it.
Michele, you watched it?
Oh yeah, I'm a Swiftie.
Okay. So what's really fascinating about Folklore, and this pertains to exactly what we're talking about. Folklore dropped during the pandemic, and it's a gorgeous album. It's my favorite Taylor Swift album. It's beautifully produced by a couple of production partners, one of whom I think was from Vampire Weekend, maybe. I might be getting that wrong. But anyway, um, it's got really great production quality. It's beautifully recorded. The writing is great and it's very polished,
Mhm.
high quality. So let's just pause there to note Taylor Swift drops super polished, high quality stuff. And then I think it was either at the end of the pandemic or towards the end of the pandemic, she got together with the two main collaborators, these two guys, in a place in upstate New York to film a reunion and re-recording of a live version of the whole album. And it's Folklore, the live hangout version, where it's behind the scenes. So this is exactly what we're talking about. She's sitting there talking, sitting on couches in this place in upstate New York about what it was like to record together during the pandemic by sending tracks back and forth electronically. So Michelle, you remember that.
I watched it. Yeah. Mhm.
Arissa, maybe this is
Yes, I'm
talking you
definitely
remember.
more familiar. I feel like those are the tracks that I actually listen to from that. Like I like that version more, but
Yeah. And I don't even know if she released the quote live upstate New York version on all the other platforms like Spotify and Apple Music, but I do know you could watch it on the film. And it was like a live recording. It was behind the scenes. They would giggle, they would talk about what, how it felt and what it meant. And it was great to see the behind the scenes. You're right, because you want to know how the sausage is made. You want to know what it's like to be in the room with Taylor Swift when she's laying down a track. Or I do remember one of her main collaborators, and it's going to kill me that I don't remember their names, but he got an email out of the blue at the beginning of the pandemic that said, "Hi, I'm Taylor Swift. Do you want to make an album together?" And he's like, "Are you kidding me? What? Me? Taylor Swift?" Like it blew his mind because he didn't, as far as I know, have any real connection to Taylor Swift up to that point. So to hear the behind the scenes part was just so great and so humanizing and so endearing. This is all why I think you're asking this question. Do brands need to do this too?
That's our question. Yes.
Yeah.
We're in a debate at the moment. So yes, we're curious.
Yes. Well, the short answer, as far as I know, is you can, but you don't have to. It can be helpful, and it's what I would call a lever. I distinguish between laws and levers in my work. The laws are the things that really do apply to all brands all the time. For instance, you need to be recruiting new customers all the time. That's a law. Another law is you tend to have a lot more light customers or churn, people that come and go, then you have super long, heavy customers. That's a law, and that's okay. But you have to embrace the laws and accept them, just like you have to accept the law of gravity. Like it just is. Levers are things that you can try and you can use and you can do, but don't apply every single time. So there might be some brands out there that are just raw and always showing you behind the scenes stuff, right? Do you know of one? I don't know if Fenty might be one. Is that Rihanna's brand?
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I don't know. She might be that person who's like always showing you behind the scenes stuff, always showing you the factory floor, always doing little confessionals with no makeup on for her reels. I don't know. I just made it up, but I'm sure there are a dozen, if not 100, brands like that right now.
Pamela Anderson has her own brand. She's doing that these days, right?
Okay. Yeah, and the whole hashtag no filter, hashtag no makeup.
Ah, exactly.
Yeah. So it is very much on trend. It is not required. And great examples are the counterexamples of brands which are still very polished, very put together, very professional, and very tight. So one of those, well, we were talking about this, I think, Michelle, on our episode, which is Salesforce. Salesforce has character and it has mascots and there's cuteness to it, but it's still very polished. It's still quite corporate. It is still quite sharp and clean. I think you could say the same about a lot of the fashion brands like Prada, You know, there are certainly some behind the scenes things, but mostly what people see from Prada is exquisite. It's beautifully art directed. It's beautifully photographed. It's thoughtfully put together, right? It feels extremely professional.
You want their handbags. I don't have one though. Do you, Arissa?
We do.
Well, hey, count me as a third. I don't have a Prada handbag
No,
yet.
none of us have a handbag. All right.
None of
Some
us girls have a Prada handbag yet. But that's a great. I love it when you see examples and counterexamples, and then you realize, oh, okay, this is a lever, not a law. Or even if it's a trend, it doesn't mean you have to jump on it. Plenty of brands don't jump on it. For instance, Nike puts out the most epic, amazing, polished Super Bowl commercials. Did you remember the one from last year? It was
Refresh my memory a little bit.
it was about women. For the Super Bowl, they did an ad about female athletes that said, "You can't win, so win." And the message was, no matter what you do, you can't win. You know, as a female, you're too bossy, you're too quiet, you want too much money, you're not aggressive enough, whatever. You can't win. You can't win.
That's why
So
respect is our song, though.
it fits perfectly. And, right. So the message was, no matter what you do, you can't win. So you know what? Just go out there and kick ass. Go win. So the tagline is, you can't win, so win. And they have some of the greatest female athletes in the world showcasing that exact thing. Aretha is exactly that. Like, no matter what you do, you're going to get shat on. I mean, she's female. She's a black woman. She's right. She's a singer. So you can't win. So you might as well just crush it. But Nike puts out really professional, really high end stuff. And they don't tend to put a lot of behind the scenes up. Even if they put some more conversational work out, it's still very well edited, very well put together. And I think for a while, Nike was only dropping like one Instagram post a week at best, or maybe one a month when they had a really good ad. So there are counterexamples to this trend of, you know, showing all the behind the scenes and having hashtag no filter, no makeup, bare all brand stuff, which means for you guys, it's a choice. Yeah, it's a choice.
Hi, right.
And some of it, I would say, also really comes down to your resources. Is it worth your time and effort to put all that material out there? Is it working for you as a brand? Because it takes time and effort, even if you're going to just do a quick confessional from the car, which you see a lot of people do. Damn, I can't even remember. What was the name of the candidate in Texas? The Democratic candidate for senator or governor? Young guy. Oh, it's going to kill me. But he had a lot of confessional videos from the car. Senate candidate, Texas.
And what ChatGPT needs to be here for us, right?
Oh, yeah, really? Okay. I can't remember his name. Young Democrat. Anyway, he was famous. Beto O'Rourke.
Oh, yes.
There we go. So Beto O'Rourke, he had a whole lot of behind the scenes, kind of real angst-ridden confessional stuff. It is totally a great lever to pull, but then you got to be consistent with it. You can't just kind of dip your toes into it and then leave or let it die. It would really make sense for you to decide as a team, is this part of our brand? Is this part of our marketing? And is this on strategy for us? And are we willing to commit to it? Because it's a commitment.
Yeah, I mean, either way, I feel like we need to be authentic, right?
Sure.
So that's sort of the honesty, authenticity,
Yep.
the good guys that we are. Protect
Yep.
everyone.
And you can do that in a very polished way. It doesn't have to be all confessional, behind the scenes, Big Brother photography style. But if you've got that stuff in the wheelhouse, if it's easy to use, if your prospects would be attracted to it, that's another key. Do your customers care? Do they give a shit? Do they want to see that stuff?
I
I don't
think
know.
like when like it brings me to like we're gonna do something soon at Comic-Con, right? So when you do think about like, and I know you're a fan of that techno genre,
I am a comic fan.
right? So when
Go
you
every year to Denver Comic Con. Well, it's now Fan Expo.
yeah, exactly. But when you think about that type of, we do have a lot of clients that love that type of thing.
Hmm.
I don't know that you, I mean, what do you think? Polished or unpolished when you're at a Comic Con?
Man, you could you could do either. Again, I think it's a matter of thinking and testing. I think we talked about this before, Michelle. Testing it out and seeing if it resonates with your prospects and your customers, and if it works to help grow your reputation and grow your brand, and thus, of course, grow your business. So you could try it, you could experiment, you could do a couple here and there, and then you need to get feedback. You need to get feedback. Taylor Swift is really good at getting feedback from her fans because they are very vocal. So it's easy for her to get feedback about whether things work or not. So when she does behind the scenes videos and people lose their shit and share it and watch it and rewatch it and rewatch it, she instantly has feedback that it's working. But for Bishop Fox, it might be a little harder because you probably won't have the same fanaticism that Taylor Swift has. Close,
I
but
don't
Yeah,
know.
not
I don't know, Arissa. We're
kind of there.
spectacular. So,
yeah,
I
but yeah.
yeah. But
think
it's a
something
challenge.
interesting to think about too is, maybe there's a difference between being polished and it being produced really well, and then being a little bit more, I want to say like edgy or personal. Like the content within the nice polished wrapper is a little bit more raw, a little bit more
Yeah.
uncut. Um, and I think as marketers, I think a lot of the times we put things together in such a nice, pretty package, and we have to keep in mind that we're not marketing to other marketing people. We're marketing to customers and prospects. And for Bishop
Mhm.
Fox, that's they might not really appreciate the glossy bows and all those things. Like they want just authentic content. So
Yes. Yes, I think what we're seeing, if the trend is something we really do want to absorb a bit, we're seeing that there's a much larger acceptance of and willingness to embrace the warts and all approach.
mhm.
Willingness to have someone just film a podcast from their basement and the lighting is terrible and it's poorly produced, but the content is riveting and it's important.
Right.
Right. And so that's where, yeah, if the content is important and riveting and interesting and useful, then production quality can be low and you can show that stuff. And there is an appeal to the behind the scenes stuff. So it's worth experimenting with. It's certainly on trend and gives you more permission to put more things out in the world that are less polished. I mean, shit, this podcast falls under that, right? It used to be podcasts had to be done with professional equipment and professional film or audio personnel, and then it had to be edited perfectly, and we had to take out all the ums and redo the parts that were embarrassing. Michelle, I asked you earlier, but I wanted to point out you even got a band-aid on your head right now. For those who
I
can't
know.
see.
It's true. Yeah, wear your sunscreen, everyone who's listening today. That's the lesson, especially if you're at high altitude. But yeah,
Right.
I mean, I think we've got to come as we are. I think Arissa's on to something that is
Hmm.
who we are as Bishop Fox, right? We gotta show up as human. And
Yeah.
I think that's the thing that's interesting about this podcast, Ethan. I'm glad like you're bringing the human side because brands can sound scary, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not an expert in this topic compared to you and Arissa. So,
Yeah. It can get really dry really quick because you do want to look professional and look, serious. And not only is there more permission to be more human, but to be sloppier, to show the behind the scenes, to have a band-aid on while you're on a video podcast. It's because we value what's interesting. And being interesting or being sticky, those are laws. Those aren't levers. You have to pretty much be in some way interesting, sticky, noticeable, memorable, or all of your marketing is just wasted dollars. Just might as well take the money and put it right down the drain instead of put it through the marketing first. Yeah. Great question. It's a great question. I look forward to seeing some behind the scenes testing from Bishop Fox, some more raw stuff, and see if it works. And I'd love to hear if it's working with your company and working with your customers.
Definitely.
Excellent. Thank you. Thanks, Arissa.
Thank you.
Ciao. So listen, brand science works best when it's a team sport. If you want your crew rowing in the same direction, call me to learn more about workshops, trainings, and talks, oh my, for your company. Head to appliedbrandscience.com to learn more. Oh, hey, you're still here? Good. Now that everyone else is gone, I want to let you know you just won a free Science AF sticker. To claim it, send an email to info@appliedbrandscience.com with your name, address, and shoe size, and we will mail it out to you. You're the best. Seriously.